Robin Williams was a beloved actor and comedian whose untimely death on August 11, 2014, shocked the world. Known for his quick wit, infectious humor, and heartfelt performances, Williams left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry.
We're thinking of Robin's family. We're thinking about everybody who he touched around the world throughout his life.
However, his life behind the scenes was marred by personal struggles and health issues that ultimately led to his tragic demise. In this video, we delve deep into the circumstances surrounding Robin Williams' death, exploring the causes, his struggles, and the impact of his loss. On August 11, 2014, the world lost Robin Williams, an iconic figure in entertainment, at his home in Paradise Cay, California. The actor was discovered with a belt around his neck, and investigators later found cuts on his left wrist. Tragically, it was soon confirmed that Robin Williams had died by suicide at the age of 63. Throughout his life, Williams brought joy and laughter to millions. His talent as a comedian and his prowess as an Academy Award-winning actor earned him high respect among his peers and deep affection from his fans. Yet behind his infectious humor and spirited performances, Robin Williams wrestled with his own demons. Early in his career, he battled alcoholism and drug addiction. In his later years, he faced mental health struggles and physical ailments. The news of his sudden death left his family, friends, and fans in shock, grappling with the painful question, how did Robin Williams die? Why did he take his own life? As the world mourned, the heartbreaking truths began to surface. This is the tragic story of Robin Williams' death and the terrifying disease known as Lewy body dementia that sheds light on his decision to end his life. The hidden struggle that preceded Robin Williams' death. Robin Williams was born in Chicago, Illinois on July 21, 1951. As the son of a Ford Motor Company executive and a former fashion model, Williams had a comfortable upbringing. From an early age, he was eager to entertain, delighting family members and classmates with his antics and humor. His desire to make people laugh was apparent from the start. When he was a teenager, his family moved to California. Williams attended Claremont Men's College and the College of Marin before heading to New York City for a brief stint at Juilliard School. However, California soon called him back, and he decided to try his hand at comedy. In the 1970s, he created a popular stand-up act that launched his career. Around this time, he also began appearing on TV shows, including the hit series Mork and Mindy. Williams made his big screen debut in 1980 with the movie Popeye, playing the titular character. This role was just the beginning of a successful film career that included standout performances in Good Morning, Vietnam, and Dead Poets Society. His ability to blend humor with heartfelt emotion captivated audiences, making him a beloved figure in the entertainment world. Despite his infectious smile and comedic genius, Williams struggled with personal demons. In the 1970s and 80s, he developed a cocaine addiction. The death of his friend John Belushi, who overdosed after a night of partying with Williams, prompted him to quit cocaine for good. Yet, the battle with substance abuse continued as he turned to alcohol in the early 2000s, eventually leading to stints in rehab. Throughout these years, he also contended with depression, a constant shadow over his otherwise successful career. Williams seemed resilient, always bouncing back from setbacks. By the early 2010s, it appeared he had overcome his darkest days. However, life dealt him another blow with a heartbreaking diagnosis from his doctor. How did Robin Williams die? 3 months before his death in 2014, Robin Williams received a diagnosis of Parkinson's disease, which he shared with his wife Susan Schneider Williams and his 3 children from previous marriages. However, he wasn't ready to disclose this diagnosis publicly, so they agreed to keep it private. Despite this diagnosis, Williams struggled to reconcile his symptoms of paranoia, anxiety, and depression with Parkinson's. He and his wife planned to visit a neurocognitive testing facility to explore further, but tragically, they never made it. On the night before his death, Robin Williams seemed at peace, engrossed with his iPad. Susan last saw him alive around 10:30 p.m., bidding him good night before retiring to bed. His final words to her were, "Good night, my love. Good night, good night." Later, he moved to another room where he would ultimately pass away. On August 11, 2014, Robin Williams was discovered deceased by his personal assistant at 11:45 a.m. His wife, thinking he was asleep, had left the house. However, the assistant, concerned, decided to enter the locked room. Inside, Williams was found seated on the floor, having used a belt to hang himself between a closet door and the door frame. Superficial cuts on his left wrist were noted by the police. Nearby, investigators found his iPad, devoid of any suicidal content, along with 2 types of antidepressants and a pocket knife with his blood. No attempts at resuscitation were made, and he was pronounced dead at 12:02 p.m. There were no signs of foul play, and the only substances found in Williams' system were caffeine, prescribed antidepressants, and levodopa, used to treat Parkinson's. His autopsy revealed suicide by hanging. His loved ones and fans were devastated when they learned how Robin Williams died. Meanwhile, his publicist put out a statement that he had been struggling with severe depression in recent times. So many assumed that this was the main reason why Robin Williams took his life. But only his autopsy would reveal the true culprit of his anguish. As it turned out, Williams had been misdiagnosed with Parkinson's and had a different disease, which remains largely misunderstood to this day. The crippling disease that helps explain Robin Williams' death. According to his autopsy report, Robin Williams was suffering from Lewy body dementia, a devastating brain disease sharing characteristics with Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. Lewy bodies are abnormal protein clumps that infiltrate brain cells, accounting for up to 15% of dementia cases. This disease profoundly affects sleep, behavior, movement, cognition, and body control, greatly impacting Williams. Despite the challenges, doctors noted his remarkable resilience. Dr. Bruce Miller, familiar with Williams' case, remarked, "People with exceptional intellect can endure degenerative diseases better than others. Robin Williams was a genius." Tragically, Williams remained unaware of his condition until after his death, leading to frustration in grappling with his symptoms. The impending visit to a neurocognitive testing facility, though intended to shed light on his condition, may have exacerbated his stress in the days leading to his suicide. Susan Schneider Williams reflected, "I think he didn't want to go. I think he thought, I'm going to get locked up and never come out." While Robin Williams had struggled with drug addiction and alcoholism in the past, he had been clean and sober for 8 years before he died. For his widow, rumors that he had relapsed before his death were both infuriating and frustrating. Susan Schneider Williams later expressed her anger, saying, "It infuriated me when the media said he'd been drinking, because I know there are recovering addicts out there who looked up to him, people dealing with depression who looked up to him, and they deserve to know the truth." Regarding claims that Robin Williams took his life due to depression, she clarified, "It was not depression that killed Robin. Depression was one of, let's call it, 50 symptoms. And it was a small one. After extensive research on Lewy body dementia and consulting with numerous doctors, Susan Schneider Williams concluded that her husband's suicide was driven by the horrific disease he didn't know he had." Medical experts agree. Dr. Miller, director of memory and aging at the University of California, San Francisco, said, "Lewy body dementia is a devastating illness. It's a killer. It is fast, it's progressive. This was about as devastating a form of Lewy body dementia as I had ever seen. It really amazed me that Robin could walk or move at all." While Robin Williams tragically never learned what disease he was suffering from, his widow found a sense of relief in finally identifying it. She has since dedicated herself to raising awareness about Lewy body dementia, educating others about the illness, and correcting misconceptions about the cause of her husband's death. Susan Schneider Williams and the rest of his family are committed to preserving Robin Williams' legacy. There is no doubt that this beloved star will be remembered for years to come.